Alright, hello and welcome to another 10v10 game. Was played on Triple Strike, and this guy forgot to move his unit. Anyways, it's gonna be another game with the second UK infantry going into this little town in the middle of the map. Now, there's no sector here, right? The reason why I like to go here is because, there's two people going this side. This is my favorite part of the map to play on. If that's taken, then I go here. I don't like going in the middle because, like, on both sides you have high ground. So if you go here, then you're just asking to get side-shifted, in my opinion. And this side is very narrow, so you'll have a massive infantry fight. And then, like, it's very hard to push in if you're not doing the airborne shenanigans, like this guy. From this side, at least. I think the opposing side has a lot better time in this sector than our side. Because look, it's a flat open field and there is a bunch of cover on their side. Anyways, two snipers will be unloading in the face of these MOT Razvedkas, RT Razvedkas, Russia Today stuff. And there's a third sniper coming here, triple SAS unloading into the town, shooting down the MI2 recon helicopter. Now, this is a three-man squad, this is a two-man sniper team. Sniper team does stand a nice chance to win against this because it's a sniper. Actually, it's not even engaging with the sniper well. Alright, so I guess these guys will be losing, and there's a BMP2 recon Czechoslovakian variant. Saxons moving to the right here to provide support for the snipers. Russia today is gonna be missing every anti-tank shot they take on this Saxon. That was a funny thing to witness. Sniper goes down, there's a second one still alive. It is on return fire, not to get spotted by this recon BMP2. Here, my tracked rapier will go down because I didn't turn on the weapons on the sniper to kill the conquerors, or at least stun it, right? Here, Drelfty are gonna be unloading into the town, but it's a triple SAS and special forces. With double mini-me. Yeah, these mini-me's can be used in close quarters, as you can see, compared to some other machine guns in the game. Charlie is luckily missed by the Skunkers. Does return fire immediately. T-72B1 opening up on the Saxons. I think I will be smoking them here to try and survive, really. Yeah, and this rover is just chilling. These two rovers were meant to, like, provide ATGM support. Weren't microed properly. As with MiG-27, sorry, Napalm gets shot down by the SAS. Now, luckily it was a Napalm. Napalm doesn't do damage to units that are in the buildings. So, the more you know. Right, don't drop Napalm on the buildings. What can I say? A Wombat engages the Conquerors here. Saxons are gonna be dying. There's a Kub.
My pleasure, sir.
So we capture the Ural, which immediately resupplies one of the Saxons. Wombat engages the RPO Separis. Not sure what happened to the RPO, really. I mean, they didn't fire RPO, as far as I noticed. Now Warrior Milan carrying the arm rifles will be shifting to the right to provide some more support here. This guy blows up his own Ural that was captured, and the Charlie is trying to push up. Now this is triple up method. Sucks that I sent it to die. Like this. Yeah, it's rare to see this triple up method from the kills. Anyways. SAS still holding the ground in the town. Bedfords are arriving to resupply. Now, the reason why I wanted to cover this game is that so many attacks were launched from both sides here, from so many directions around this town. You will see, it's a fairly long game, but it's filled with attacking, counter-attacking, failed pushes from both directions, You'll see. I had my fair share of fails in this one, same with the enemies, right? So arm rifle's gonna be unloading here, trying to secure this compound with this Charlie. Pushing with the Shelly like this was a bit risky because the T-72 could have still been in here and it would
What are
hurt
your orders, sir?
if it opened up first, which it would. Now SAS trying to shoot down the recon helicopter misses.
Enemy in
First shot,
319.
I think hits the second. Or not, it just runs away. Here, Airmobile Pioneers arriving in the links, more SAS coming in and another
It's hot
Charlie.
here.
On this side, some serious damage is being done to this T-72B1, but there's two of them, so I opt to smoke and retreat, not to lose the Charlie. Second UK doesn't get too many Charlies, you get like 4 of them, I think. Maybe 5, I'm not sure. We'll check after the game. Airmobile Pioneers. I opted for Airmobile Pioneers because arm rifles have a law, while Airmobile Pioneers have a Carl Gustav, which is obviously better at killing tanks. Rover Milan trying to kill these transports, just not in time. T-72B1. Now, 31st, from my experience, I'm struggling against this thing lately. It doesn't have ATGM, but it has a nice armor, so it's a serious problem to deal with.
Good job.
So, Czechoslovakian variant of BRM basically dies, right? To the Charlie here. This is now fully capped by the enemies, and these guys are obviously struggling. I'm trying to get my rover CP to go into here, so then the blue circle starts forming from this position, and they will RT this position, but I moved it here, right? That's kind of the mind games, right? Streltsy taking fire from the one, but here. Not for long, they do manage to get into the cover. And we have a Chinook supply and some more supply coming in. Now Wombat is taking some serious fire. There's a Rover Milan opening up on the T-72B1, which again does have a nice armor, so you have to hit it multiple times really to do some serious damage. Even with the Milan too, right? So, does this hit actually? It doesn't. Oh, that would have been cool. Snipers on return fire in this position, not very concealed apparently, but they are providing nice optics. And we will have first big artillery here. Now it's not the 203, it's 175 mil, but either way it hits hard, right? I was living under impression that this is a 203 for a long time before I actually learned how to read. What can I say? Airmobile scouts coming to this direction to provide some more, firepower defending this town and provide additional optics from like these positions, maybe. Two Lynxes coming in. I was trying to kill the infantry here, but then, the Tunguska is here. Conveniently, does shot down one. Saxon is taking fire from the E-man. Yeah, one Lynx goes down, second one manages to escape. The rocket one is hovering over town, ready to provide fire support against the Skonkers. Charlie does get hit. Loses 1 HP.
Damn, that was close.
Now here, Rima starts engaging the warrior. So somehow, this thing does manage to survive, right? But barely. Again, Charlie's only wanting this conquers. Look at the cohesion. Sucked, what can I say? It is upwetted once. If this was a significant problem actually. If this was our first UK armor, these would be double upwetted, but again, since you don't get many Charlies in this div, I opted not to upwet them. Again, another part of the plan with this SAS. So on top of me holding this town with a bunch of SAS, all of them have 75%, 71% accuracy stingers. There's 71% accuracy stingers here, and 2 more on the way. So, in a sense, if this guy gets bombed, by the enemy aircraft, and the aircraft decides to evac this way. Then it gets hit by all these 71% accuracy stingers, right, on the evac. Same for this guy. If this guy gets bombed here, and the enemy plane decides to evac this way, right, they're not gonna have a great time. Like I said, they're gonna be arting this position to kill the Stevie, but little do they know. So, two javelins coming on this position to try and kill the Mi-2 and provide additional air defense for these units. Now, this was sad. I was trying to resupply the SAS, they got routed. Retreated straight into the line of sight of this T-80. Now they are not routed, but they don't manage to get into the building in time and they just died. So yeah, pretty rough way to lose the Special Forces squad. Sniper spotting the Conquerors again. Rover Milan is trying to move forward towards like this tree line to engage the T-72. Bedford goes down. And Rover Milan also goes down the side to enemy artillery. Now, 157 mil will be engaging this Conquerors here, and we have more javelins and the second unit of 157 mil RT. So, you can see here, top attack ATGM helicopters, sorry, are brought here to stop the enemy armored push from this direction because my teammate completely lost the sector. And I at some point noticed that there's like a lot of T-72s in this area. So yeah, if they kept pushing here, it would have been nasty. So better to stop them out in the open field than chase them around this sector, right? Here, Javelin trying to shoot this thing. There's a T-72, again, one of those that I mentioned before. And it's gonna be somewhat quiet for now, at least. I was trying to hit the T-72B1 with the artillery. Firing, from return fire, they are buffed by the rover CP now, and there is a Javelin engaging the Mi-2. Misses because it is a Javelin. UK suffers, what can I say? More supplies coming in, and M270 cluster MLRS is also coming in.
Enemy at 3 o'clock high.
So, this thing, 175 is gonna open up. I'm very sure if this was a 203 piece, this would have been dead. Look, it's not even stunned. There is a massive damage, but it didn't get stunned on the second salvo, so yeah. Here, Prima is gonna be deleting my Rover Milan. Wasting an entire Prima to kill on Rover Milan is it worth, right? Airmobile Scouts, there is no way to save these guys. Yeah, because there's like 1,600,000 people here pushing us. So I aimed my M270 cluster at that position in hopes that I can snipe all these OT-64s transports, and I could do some damage and suppression to the infantry squad and stop this push. But he decides to keep going, so yeah. Pushing into SAS here. There goes the first, there goes the second transport. SAS being absolute beast, 84 being the absolute beast of an anti-tank launcher here. Right. So a nice pile-up of enemy transports here. Being blown up. Now, there's gonna be an infantry fight, because all these nice Streltsy are coming our way. And the Wombat opens up on them. T-72B1 is gonna be engaging the Wombat. There's this Charlie chilling here that could have been used to actually it will be used to try and stop this T-72. Now second shot misses because they evac'd. And the Warrior Milan is also moving this way to provide Milan 1 fire support for this Charlie, right? SAS being resupplied, waiting for the enemy Streltsy to show up. There is also Airmobile Scouts. And we have Airmobile Pioneers arriving in another links with the rockets. Now there's one more links with the rockets being resupplied here and waiting. Artillery pieces will be engaging this. There were two Conquer squads stationed in this silo, so
Successful hit.
I opted to delete that and try to help my teammates playing the 5th Panzer here to
Can't
push
make it
into this
right.
corner of the sector, right? Now, Warrior Milan hitting the
Damn, that was
T-72B1
close.
does little to no damage. Airmobile Pioneers not being micromanaged, right? Prima coming in. Will be deleting my Bedford. Charlie does manage to survive.
Enemies
But
nearby.
one problem I was running into in this game is I lost one Bedford here, I lost one Bedford here. You got 6 of them, I think. So now I have 4 supply trucks plus 3 supply Chinooks. Yeah, if you lose all the Bedfords, then you can't resupply your stuff anymore. Or Milan gets sniped by this T-72. This is a Special Forces recon squad. Pushing also. Charlie does manage to get in cover in time. SAS trying to retreat, rotate, resupply, but you know they did decide to cross the street and get wrecked by the T-72. Now, I think the cluster is going to be opening up shortly on this position. There's another SAS squad taking heavy fire here. Links with rockets, providing some rocket support, getting shot down. Artillery is also engaging these positions, so doing massive damage to the infantry in the meantime. And Airmobile Pioneers on this side, engaging the Special Forces, hitting the T-72 once with the Carl Gustav before it retreats out of the range. Prima coming in again. I was trying to evac to Bedford to not lose more supply trucks. But yeah, now when their mobiles are here, kind of... I lost one SAS, so that's the second SAS squad gone. You get 6 of the SAS squads. If you bring them at 2 veterans, which I do. Or actually, they automatically arrive on 3 veterans. Yeah, I forgot about that. Rover Milan trying to engage T-72s, misses. There's a Charlie back here ready to provide some additional defense. Link Stage 1 coming in to engage the Special Forces recon on the 3 line with the MAG. And it will be getting the kill because they are very low HP. Now, this was a bit of struggle to issue orders for these things. I decided to hit both of these 3 lines to try and eliminate these conkers here. MI2 is still causing problems spotting my stuff, probably. Pioneers engaging with the Carl Gustav. This thing is going to be retreating, not to take fire from the NSVT here. So this gets stunned. With the messed up cohesion, we are almost out of Carl Gustav. I just decided to retreat. Conkers does go down, as you can see to this artillery. And for some reason, I am not resupplying these Challies and Lynxes and stuff like that. There is a Bedford moving in to resupply the SAS at least. Here, people from the middle are trying to push in here, eliminate my rover. I figured they might have spotted the rover, so I decided to switch the position, right? And as you can see, this is the reason why I opted for the Phytos here, or whatever it's pronounced, because there's many tanks. This guy does have Abrams, but it's nice to have top attack missiles that can quickly delete these tanks. So, M270 is going to be aiming at another wave of enemy Streltsy. I was trying to put the SAS a bit further up to try and blow up some of these transports, and as you can see, SAS being the absolute beast, taking out 2, taking out 3 transports, just like that, and they will be retreating shortly. Artillery is going to be aiming in these positions to again do some serious damage to these Streltsys and force them to retreat. So like I said, many attacks are going to be launched from all directions, from both sides. There is the armored push now, coming towards my Chally and the Rover Milans, but for some reason he gave up on that. Here, Immobile Pioneers tanking this damage. Artillery is doing insane amounts of damage to the Streltsy. Here, Chally almost got side-shifted. But this was a very scary situation here. Well, this could have been a nice target for the cluster if I was paying attention, but you know. can't can't see everything really. Luckily, this misses. This could have been a one-shot kill if it managed to hit. So cluster is still aiming at this position. I was still holding fire because I was trying to yeah, I was trying to hit this thing. Now SAS, I'm not sure how this works. How are they able to engage this? I guess there's a gap here. It's not shown on the line of sight tool. Yeah. So SAS does manage to escape just in time to not get hit by this artillery. We'll be missing their Stinger. Second one coming in here does manage to get a hit on the Mi-8. But here, as you can see, teammate is really not having the great time with his tanks and the Hem taking a lot of rocket artillery fire. He does manage to escape, but yeah, it's not nice when this is happening to you really. Mi-2 Recon does get shut down by the SAS in the meantime. So Jaguar clusters and Jaguar high explosive bombers are purchased. Rocket links providing rocket fire on another wave of enemy infantry does get hit by the Strela 10M, but does manage to live. There's a last SAS squad being deployed here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the field because one died here, one died in this area. Another Bedford goes down. Like I said, there will be some logistical problems due to losses of Bedfords here, right? And now artillery hitting my third SAS. Luckily, he does end the salvo before getting the kill, and there is convenient Bedford supply here to fix them. Another Concourse goes down in this position, I think. Or not really. Roz Specjalny Polish Special Forces Recon Squad coming in here. They are spotting this. I'm not sure how I'm not spotting them. I mean, they might be just under this hill somewhere. And we have two Charlies moving to the right to set up a defensive position in case they decide to move up this hill. Prima, trying to delete my artillery, does miss. Here, second Prima is hitting this position, deleting the Rover Milan. Command Rover does manage to get out of salvo. Yeah. And here comes the armored assault from the enemy, I believe, this time. Or he might just be chilling in this position still. Oh, there is a recon squad. Actually, anti-tank squad. They do get wrecked, but there is another Prima salvo coming in, so I decided to just run from this position, really. Still trying to hit this T-72B1, which is causing me nightmares at the moment, and there is yet another infantry push into the town. So Airmobile Pioneers tanking the damage for now. Like I said, every time aircraft passes over this area, it's either shot down or badly damaged. Now, because they took some fire from the town, the teammates was able to actually finish them off. This was spotting all of my stuff, but still, even though there is a lot of them, airmobiles are not the worst squad in the game, right? They are shock squad, upletted, all that good stuff, but there is a lot of dudes here, so I was kind of forced to retreat and rotate the SAS in to take their place. Now, sadly, he does target this building with artillery, and this is where I realized, alright, I might get overrun. So there's gonna be a double Jaguar high explosive brought in to solve this problem. Now, Lynxes are taking fire from the Strela. Again, I can't micromanage everything. This one's even carrying the command infantry. SAS moving away from this building because that's gonna be leveled shortly. And as you can see, massive amount of kills there. All of the squads vaporized by the Jaguars. Even the Mi-24 gets hit. Jaguars do manage to escape. Now my rover died, warrior died, sniper is engaging the Motrezvetka, whatever. I'm not gonna try. I'm not Czech, right?
Enemy at 3 o'clock
This is
on your right.
solved, attack is stopped, but everyone is critically injured here and they urgently need some supply. Here, Charlies are in the place to, support the sniper in case it gets pushed. It's just the rover is dead now, so it's not contested anymore, giving the enemies a +2. In the meantime, I was trying to kind of provide artillery support for the left side for these guys. I RT'd this position. This tank is going to be RT'd now, and there's going to be some more artillery dropping in this area in the future. Because, again, I'm not fighting for the sector. I'm providing command unit. Yeah, there, that fox goes up in flames in the meantime. But as I was saying, I'm just providing command unit here and providing sort of an air defense bubble in this area. So I figured I might make myself a bit
Another one
more
bites the
useful by
dust.
providing artillery support for these guys at least, so they can push in and capture this sector. This guy could have possibly placed the layout 2 in this position to stop the bleed,
Ready to engage.
but everyone has their own ways. A third Charlie is brought in. Airmobile leader is going to be pushing to replace the warrior.
Beware, enemies nearby.
Tracked Rapier hitting the Mi-8, carrying infantry. Not sure if it got shot down. It doesn't,
Enemies ahead.
because it's a tracked
Ready to
Rapier, right?
engage.
UK suffers. So, Cluster Jagger is still not used, simply because there were no, like, large blobs of armor
Enemy at 3
here.
o'clock high.
This got sorted, because we are again contesting, stopping the bleed. He will be retreating out of the area.
Need a ride.
Chinook with a supply coming in, and there's gonna be 3 more javelins to boost the air defenses, I think, on this side. Now,
Beware, enemies nearby.
alright, MIA does go down finally. So, as you can see, M270 cluster is aiming at this position. A teammate fired on this area, so I assumed, alright, he's gonna retreat that into this forest to repair them so I can hit them with the cluster. Didn't happen. Tracked Rapier gets deleted by all this artillery in time, and the airmobile leaders are denied their entrance into the Foxtrot here. Chinook landing to resupply the Bedfords, resupply the Lynx rocket helicopters,
Enemies ahead. Ready to engage.
and I purchased 2 rocket carriers here. Now, rocket carrier, as much as I hate carriers in this game, this thing, because it's such a slow aircraft, it has a lot of time on target to discharge all of these rockets. So it's actually one of the better options in the second UK. Especially for like smaller team games and 1v1s, I feel like. Charlie's, in the meantime, moving this way to try and support this teammate's push. Because if I attack from here, then I can only engage from like this position. If you are fighting on this range, then you stand little to no chance of actually saving your tank if it gets critically hit. Whereas from here you're kind of fighting on the max range, so you kind of, you have better chances. But keeping them blobbed like this was kind of a mistake, because one cluster stalled and, it's all gone. And it's 3 of 4 of my tanks, right?
Enemies ahead. Ready to engage. Beware, commies nearby.
So yeah, a big supply hub back here, resupplying the helicopters and all that good stuff.
Good jump.
Javelins are coming in to be distributed along this left side of my kind of a sector, right? And Phantom AA is brought in. I'm not sure why though. Now, I didn't unload this in time, so they got wrecked by double Mi-24. Yeah, there goes one. This guy is actually gonna manage to unload, because this only has a Falanga. Falanga is extremely slow missiles, so
Lead into sunrise. Standing
they do
by.
have plenty of time to get unloaded. Now we are getting RT'd here, forced retreat, M270 aiming at this position. I was expecting them to push with all these tanks. And look at the concentration of T-72s in this area, it's insane really. Again, another mechanized attack is going to be coming from this direction. Just as I unload my javelins and not provide them with any defenses here except these airmobile
Ready to
pioneers.
roll, sir.
So yeah, that was again rough. He's wasting his ammo to kill the rover
Getting
for
done.
some reason. That's kind of not worth, but you know. Matras Vodka unloading here, they should
Yes,
lose to
sir.
their airmobile pioneers if these were full HP, because this is a shock squad, right? Again, I was trying to re-aim my cluster in here, but then someone else managed to fire there first, so it's gonna remain on return fire again. Artillery gonna be engaging the T-72B1, Wombat opens up, Tuxton gets blown up. You know, it's very nasty attack at the moment because again I'm re-aiming my my M270. Rocket helicopters coming in to provide
Yes,
some
sir.
support. Anti-tank
Ahead.
helicopter also comes
Ready to
in.
engage.
Top attack ATGMs, you know, are gonna be doing some misting here.
I'm getting out.
Phantom gets shot down because of insane amount of AA in the back.
Sergeant Highway is hit.
So yeah, they do get this compound here, which is a problem. Very big problem, in fact, because now
Good
they
work,
can use this to launch attacks even here or
Get
here,
me out of
right?
here.
And there is more infantry coming in into the town, so yet another wave of infantry comes in. Rocket links get shut down in the meantime. Airmobile leaders smoke, get into the sector, giving us a brief +2.
Enemy at 3 o'clock high.
T-72S will be engaging them. So yeah, another smoke grenade is going to be dropped shortly. These guys are spotting them, so it was kind of difficult to keep this going. Here, again, infantry keeps
Yes,
pushing
sir.
in. I'm not sure why this guy isn't opening up the machine
Enemy
gun.
at 3 o'clock high.
Airmobile Pioneer still chilling here.
Next
We're going to be
down.
retreating deeper into the town to not get hit by the tanks. Grud, gonna be engaging my airmobile leader, deleting them. Charlies are arriving now. So artillery is still trying to engage when I'm spotting units, but this was a bit
Target
unexpected.
neutralized.
So
We've used up
yet
all
another
ammo,
attack.
sir.
5 T-55s coming rushing down this road. This is where my artillery was.
Job
I made a
done.
mistake of fast moving them, so that way exposing one of
All
them
ammo
to the enemy
spent.
tanks. Well, double Jaguar cluster coming in, but because of this mountain, it's going to be a very kind of weird pathing where this guy cancels the airstrike. This guy comes in, deletes 4 tanks, one is remaining because this guy didn't do his job. So this guy is going to be wrecking one of my 175 mils, and I only have 2 of them, so that was kind of rough. And he actually misses on top of that, even though it was kind of the order was right on top of the tank. So yeah, there goes one artillery beast.
I got a hit.
Anti-tank helicopter was there to actually get the kill, but still damage is done. And you can see they're doing some more arting of this
Enemy at 3
position
o'clock
to
high.
force us out of the sector. This is like the only point where we can actually enter this sector because there's an ATGM in this position firing at our teammates. So if you get here, there's not much space to hide. The best bet is to try securing this high ground and this compound and then putting command unit somewhere in this area, right? But you know, they did manage to stop the bleed, the enemy team. In the meantime, our team is doing a very good job pushing the far left side of the map, as you might have noticed. So, Bedford coming in again. Gonna be resupplying all these airmobile pioneers and the SAS and everyone in need. Like I said, it's going to be a very long game, but it's just going to be attacks all over the place, right? Like there were 3 or 4 even attacks into this town. There was an attack here. Actually, there was 2 attacks in this area from these 2 directions, and then 2 attacks in this area from down here. There was one attack with the T-55s here that took out the artillery. So yeah, I learned from the mistake and started to bring in 2 Milan 2 teams. And this Lynx also is equipped
Yes,
with
sir.
the tow missile. It's a tow 1, but still, it's an 80 jam, capable of
Bogies ahead.
stopping tanks.
Ready to
Airmobile
engage.
scouts are coming in
Everybody, check your
to
ammo.
see how far I can push into this area without
Enemy in
encountering
view.
resistance, right? And Charlies are being resupplied by the Chinook in the back. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit quiet for now. Now, only 175 mil remains, which means it's not gonna be doing nearly as much damage. But it's worth trying, right? Wombat engaging the Matrasvetka. There is two Honkers with the Polish Special Forces here. Yeah, teammate gonna be smoking, trying to get the Camry CP into the sector. Sadly, it does get spotted by infantry and is forced to kind of retreat immediately. Yeah, there's a tank in this area now, so that's why it's so significant that I lost this
We've got him.
compound. He actually killed the Rozvetka BMP-1, which is insane. Because like he is now controlling this part, even
Good
these
work.
positions,
Sneaking
right?
in.
Just because of this compound, really. Anyways, I think this unit gets killed, in fact,
Bogies
or it
ahead.
doesn't.
Ready to
It gets very
engage.
low HP and is forced to retreat. So even one of these does significant damage. Now I was aiming my M270 cluster, but someone decided to engage them before that, and we got two Polish Special Forces squads killed before they even unloaded, which is very significant. Now, arm rifles are coming in. My artillery is going to be aiming at this Mi-26. 6K supply helicopter, very good target. There's also this very good artillery here. Yeah. So, cluster coming in from the teammates will be engaging this thing.
Target neutralized. Another
And
one
my
bites the
cluster
dust.
is hitting this position because I spotted some enemy vehicles in this area.
We've used
So
up all our ammo, sir.
there goes a heavy supply truck, one T-72,
Target
second
neutralized.
T-72. There goes another supply truck. It's a gas
Enemy at
small
3 o'clock
one, right?
high.
But still, it's a kill. So yeah, it was a nice cluster salvo, and this thing, whatever that was, is badly damaged now. And on this side, Mi-26 is wrecked. You know, losing a 6K supply just like that hurts, obviously. Now, I'm gonna be
Good
commencing
work.
my push
Enemies nearby.
in this area. Now, there's a
Target
command Chally
close.
there to buff the rest of the Challys. And there's two warriors in position to provide ATGM support. Arm rifles will be leading the way, airmobile scouts moving up also. This
All ammo
guy
spent.
smokes,
Backwards.
does retreats, not to die. The BMP-2 gets routed, therefore misses its Conqueror shot. Mi-24s are coming in. I made a mistake of not providing this push with the AA. So all of this is just free target practice for these Mi-24s. Luckily, again, it is a Palanga, which is extremely slow,
Backwards.
so I do have plenty of time to react, right? Now, I tried to get these guys into the tree line so they don't die, but I made a mistake of sending them further. As you can see, I'm trying to correct it here. Anti-tank aircraft's coming in, sniping my command Charlie. One gets
All
shot
ammo
down.
spent.
The remaining two will be smoking off, retreating, and second anti-tank aircraft also gets shot down because it flew close to the city here. So now, because I don't have AA
Back
except this
up. Back
javelin,
up.
it's on the warriors to
Army's
kill
right
the
on
attack
you.
helicopters with the
We've
30 mil
got 'em.
Rardo. And one does go
Bogies
down,
ahead. Ready to engage.
but it's kind of not the best way to kill helicopters, as you might guess. You know, they do still manage to unload a bunch of missiles.
Army's right up. Get him,
Seed is coming in. I
Successful
did
hit.
have two radar AA pieces here, and now there's a tank push coming in,
Good
and
job,
there's also
Gunner.
another
We
tank
can't
push coming
take
from
it
this
anymore.
direction. So yeah, it's getting really difficult to kind of hold this position. Warrior does
Successful hit.
smoke, missile goes straight to the smoke, kills it.
Fine.
This one is also going down. Recon helicopters, I mean rocket helicopters, sorry. Will
He's
be
ahead.
coming in, trying to
Ready to
provide rocket
engage.
support, getting shot down. There's two ATGM helicopters in the back, but there was this thing. Oh, actually, never mind. I was under impression that it's a 56 VDV thing that can engage helicopters.
He's ahead. Ready to
Well, I
engage.
guess mistakes happen. So Chinook coming in again to resupply the Chalice. There's gonna be four more warriors carrying infantry, and there's gonna be another command challenger and another anti-tank helicopter coming in. So teammate again contesting this, giving us some more of that +2. In the meantime, I'm targeting enemy recon squad here, trying to provide some more artillery support for the teammates, so they can flush the enemies out of the sector at least. Here, I'm commencing another attack on this side.
Successful hit.
Teammate is cluster bombing this position for me. Unloading these guys, but then T-72B1 that was causing problems from the beginning of the game makes an
Another one
appearance
bites the
again and,
dust.
starts obliterating my warriors. Infantry is gonna keep pushing though.
Crackers, get there.
Right, but this is only a three-man squad,
Welcome,
so
guys.
it's not that hard to kill them. Here, warriors chilling in the back for now.
Backwards. Beware. Enemy. All ammo spent.
I think I was clustering this actually.
Another one
Yes.
bites the dust.
So this tank gonna keep
Ready
engaging
to
my
engage.
infantry. That's why I sent the Jaguar cluster in to try and kill it. I knew this thing is gonna die, and it didn't even drop all the bombs, so that wasn't a kill, right? I just wanted to kind of chase off the T-72 so I can push up with infantry, secure this position.
He's ahead.
Was it
Ready
worth?
to
Probably
engage.
not. Seemed like a good idea at the moment.
Hit.
But then, the second T-72B1 makes an appearance, so yeah, it was all in vain. Right. And it's a very deep map. Now, this Charlie took its fine time to actually arrive. It takes a while for the reinforcements to arrive on this map, so yeah. You kind of have to plan things a little bit. Yeah, infantry gets in, and there's another armored attack approaching this town now. So, helicopter shot down by the BMP-2s. Airmobile pioneers gonna be retreating deeper into the town. I didn't realize this was a church, so they would be visible to everyone, really. SAS not doing anything at the moment. Could have been used to actually stop this push with the AT-4s, but mistakes can happen. Now, Airmobile pioneers taking some heavy fire from all these vehicles here. So, they are now entering the town. There's nothing I can do to stop that. That's why I opted to, alright, I'm gonna let them get in, and then do the same thing that I did previously with double Jaguar high explosive. And delete as many of these squads as possible, so effectively putting them to the push, right? Yep. So that's a bunch of kills again, but both of these Jaguars are now gonna get shut down. Again, we stop the push, right? There's a Mega Waffle coming in also to further confirm these kills, right? Also get shut down, because again, there's Gorillion AA in the area. And tanks are forced to retreat because there is no more infantry support for them. Arm rifles getting wrecked because the Svatava is spotting them. With the Mi-2, these guys are doing amazing job pushing into enemy backline here. Harassing the enemy artillery, securing the sector completely. This is still contested. Like I said, it's very difficult to push from this side because it's just an open field, whereas look how much cover is here. Here, MiG-23 MF coming in, gets shot down, almost kills my anti-tank helicopter. Teammate is engaging the T-72B1, which just refuses to die. 3 minutes left. Warriors still chilling here, Chellies are repaired, command Chelly is there to buff them. I think there's gonna be another attack from my side into here. What can I say? Very dynamic game in this part of the map. Attacks from all over the place. Now, just as I start pushing, they decide to unload the Primas in this position, deleting all of my teammates' stuff. So I was kind of forced to stop with the Milan, with the Warriors, sorry. Infantry is gonna keep going because the cluster doesn't do much damage to infantry really. And I was counting on the fact that it's gonna end before I enter that area. This does manage to wreck the Bedford, luckily instead of the Rapier. So yeah, that was a nice development there. Charlie is going to be following up this push. There's more artillery coming in from the enemies. But you know, there's 4 warriors plus 3 tanks plus 6 infantry squads, so yeah. Again, same mistake, no air defense. So I guess I don't really learn much from my mistakes, can I say. For some reason I forgot this Charlie is here. So I'm not contesting. It could have been a +4, so we could have ended earlier, but you know. Alright, Warrior Milan goes down. I didn't realize they're gonna get exposed to the fire from this road. And again, the game is not rendering half of the smoke and projectiles and stuff. Again, excuse me. I'm not sure why that happens. It usually happens in 10v10, so I guess there's just too much stuff for the game to handle, so yeah. Here, there's artillery coming all over the map, apparently. Wow. Alright, it misses. Man, look at from where he's firing. That's really ambitious. Again, Mi-24D, same thing. No air defenses were ever brought here. Arm rifle is gonna be pushing, trying to secure this compound again. Because I kind of needed this, right? But you know, it's a minute left of the game. Command Charlie finally entered the sector, but you know, the teammate already did the work. So it doesn't mean much. So yeah, all of these arm rifles gonna be going forward, dying with these helicopters. Very unintelligent push, what can I say? Javelin goes down, Phantom gonna be strafing this. Now, how does this happen? I mean, I guess because they don't have guns, so they're not the best at killing helicopters. Like as you can see, this guy managed to hit his missiles and deleted one. The second one missed the missiles and no damage was done. Yeah, it's really not the greatest aircraft at killing helicopters. Anyways, that would be the game. Where am I even here? Right, 9k kills, 5k losses. You know, this guy had 14k kills. I'm not even sure how that happens, but you know. So yeah, SAS, as you might expect, doing God's work here, getting a bunch of kills. Cluster actually managed to kill a lot, surprisingly. And look at this, look at these Jaguars, yeah. This is 2 infantry pushes stopped just like that. They all died, both of them, but you know, they played their part, really. Alright, I'm gonna cover this deck because I spoke about it only once, I believe. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. FOB, because It's a 10v10, fast, cheap CV. You put this next to your artillery and then, they do business. Now these things 1k supply very nice amount to distribute to everyone in need, and then 2k supply, so you bring one of these, resupply two of these guys, and then they provide logistics while this guy goes back to the fob to bring more, pretty much. Here, these are up-vetted ones. If you bring this next to them, they are double up-vetted, so they fire super quickly, and they aim super quickly. And then there is this thing. In my experience, it's better than the US one for whatever reason. It's probably like has the same stats, but it's just I had more success with this one than with the US cluster. I don't bring mortars in this division because I feel like these can smoke nicely because it's a high caliber, so the smoke cloud is pretty big. They fire slowly, but when you fire like four shells of the very big smoke clouds, yeah, it's kind of the same effect as firing three mortars, in my experience. And then you don't even get four, you get three of these tanks. Plus two command tanks, and then Rover Milans, because there is no more tanks to be deployed, right? Plus Rover Milan is fast, cheap Milan 2 variant, so yeah, why not? Also has this nice Berlin command camo on it. Yeah. Sniper, it has airborne forward deploy, right? It's exceptional optics. I am not a fan of snipers in most divs. In this one, it's kind of whatever, right? This could be useful. I just don't use the thing because I don't know. I feel like sniper is kind of good enough. And then these guys, Heliborn infantry, 8-man squad. The biggest problem is the fact that they are Heliborn, so you kind of have to deploy them in the back so they don't get shot down, and then walk them towards their position. And then there's Fox to harass enemy stuff, right? This, if this wasn't reservist, I would take this thing 100%. But since it is, it actually has better optics. Well, yeah, but this has a 30 mil, so. And then AA Track Draper suffers, right? It never hits anything in my experience. Javelins, same thing. That's why I up with them. They still suck, really. And then this thing is radar, 65% accuracy, it's fair enough. It's radar, I have skill issues microing radars. Never bring this. I don't see the point in this at all. You can't put this in the building. For some reason, I'm not sure why. It does have more HP than these guys, but what's the point? It's the same accuracy. It's the same range. Everything is this, whatever. Just bring the regular javelin, really. Blowpipe, I don't even want to comment this. 12 availability, 30% accuracy. If you upwet it once, if you upwet it two times, you get 6 for 40% accuracy. Just don't bother with the thing, really. And then I don't see the point of bringing any of these if this exists. It's 100 points, but 16 pen. But it is a top attack missile. So you will be engaging. If you are hitting Charlie, you will be engaging actually 3 armor with 16 pen. Right. Does massive amount of damage. And then here, well, this is the only good ASF option. There's this, which is good at killing helicopters, unironically, because it's slow, a lot of time on target. But this is for pretending that you can kill aircraft. Like, if that Su-27 comes in, you can just symbolically, I mean, attempt to, kill the Su-27 with this. It's not gonna happen most of the time. And then big bomber, 6 retarded bombs, right? 530 kilograms. There is 4 bombs in this one, same bomb really, and then cluster to kill tanks and vehicles and stuff like that. And then this thing, is there to provide fire supports against infantry if there's like a one squad, or if there's like a concourse or grenade launcher or stuff like that, or if there's like two squads, but they are not worth bombing with this. So you bring this in. It's also tree availability, so it's kind of nice. You can also have, I mean, this one is better because this one is trying to kind of be an ASF with the AIM-9s. Just bring this one because you get double the rockets. If you are doing cast, you're doing cast. You're not trying to kill aircraft with this, right? I don't know. A lot of NATO aircraft are trying to do everything. As you can see, look at this bomber. You're getting the 30 mil and the bombs, and then there's AIM-9. Like, just put two more bombs here, really. Whereas the Soviets, or generally the Pact bombers, are like, I'm a bomber, that's all I do, pretty much, right? For the most part. That's why I like Soviets. I mean, not specifically Soviet, but the Pact air taps much more than NATO ones. Anyways, pretty strong division. Second UK was always a strong division, really. You know, I didn't cover infantry, I just realized. Well, right. Six SAS squads. Bring them in the Saxon. Saxon is fast. Has smoke launcher. Does get veterancy. Is armed. Right. Just bring the Saxon. It's the same price, really. And airmobiles for the rapidly deployed infantry. I bring them in the rocket links because I like helicopters. They're cool. This thing, 8 availability, command squad with smoke grenades. No anti-tank, but you get 3 smoke grenades and 8 strength, sorry. So, yeah. This thing, Hippie doesn't like this, I do. It can fire at everything. It's 2 strengths, but it's a very nice defensive unit. And then Milan's arriving in the ATGM equipped helicopters. Yeah, Milan too, very good. ATGM, what can I say? Shock units again arriving in rocket links, and there is 2 cards of upvetted arm rifles in the border of Milan because when you upvet mechanized infantry, both infantry and IFVs get the veterancy. So yeah, this guy actually gets increased accuracy by 5% on the Milan, and by a lot on this thing, I assume. Also, the suppression resistance goes up, right? And then there's Monte Airmobile arriving at the Saxon. This is the squad similar to the squad from the 4th, I think it's 4th Armored. Main reason is the Carl Gustav. These guys have Law, which is terrible. These guys have 16 pen Carl Gustav, plus 2 light support weapons, 9 of it, 9 strength compared to the 7. So like these guys are not ideal for the urban fights, but they arrive with good fire support, whereas these guys have less fire support. It's only a mag. It's only a medium machine gun, really. But you get 9 of them at the Carl Gustav. So, yeah. There's something for every need in here, I feel like. The UK doesn't get the napalm sappers, or the pioneers. Only nation in Warno that doesn't get napalm equipped sappers. You get these. You get very good anti-tank. Same with the Germany, really. Like the US gets Flash, Soviets gets the RPO. East Germany also gets something similar, I think. And then West German and UK sappers get anti-tank for some reason. But a nice change, what can I say? Anyways, that would be the second UK. Hope you enjoyed. I think it's uploaded on the channel. I'll check. If it is, go check it out for yourself. Until next time, GG's, and as always, well played, everyone.